We back. Take that whole. Take
Whoa, whoa.
Hold on. Now I got too much dip on my chip.
Right, I gotta show off the whole fit. Goddamn.
Yeah. Hey, but anyways, we back. Welcome back. We back again. I am your host, Latif. To my right, that boy Sean. To my left, new and approved, we got Miss Teddy. Down to the far left, we got Eli. And on the other end of Eli, we got Miss Alia, the Fro Rose.
Thank you.
Yeah. With that being said, we got a special episode for you. Sorry for hitting your mic. As you see, we do have a new cast member. She will be here every time. Unless things happen, because life be lifing.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah, life be lifing.
Hard.
But with that being said, did y'all hear about Pop Smoke?
No.
The
Pop
shower
got smoked
incident?
a long time ago.
Nah. So look, Pop Smoke did get popped a long time ago, but like his murderer just got like sentenced.
So did Triple X's.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't know about that.
And I saw that too. I saw that. And his murderer just got sentenced for murdering him. He pled guilty and only got 4 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
This is just dry.
Shit.
They was
California
like niggas killing niggas.
No, they was like, where we gonna put this nigga?
We are
already
overpopulated.
full. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Man, just put him somewhere 4 years, let him out.
Yeah. Like, he'll
Put
get
him in the
good
closet.
behavior. He'll get out in one.
Nah, for real.
Damn. Oh. It almost make it sound like, yeah, go get that nigga who got a problem with you. Well, not in Texas, but
Hey, don't mess with Texas.
yeah, nah, they
How
gonna
long-
lock your
how
ass
How long
up.
that trial went on for? No.
Nah.
Okay,
4
so
years
like,
is like a rush sentence.
I just want to
But
be
Triple
real.
X's, I think like 2 of them or all 3 of them got life sentences.
That's what
Yeah.
That's how you know they ain't had nobody putting no money on their shit. Because the nigga who did Pop Smoke, it's like, bro, how you had the money to pay for a lawyer for the past so many years?
Is the collective that y'all feel like Pop Smoke's murderer should have got more time?
I think so.
Yeah.
Anytime you kill somebody, you should get more time.
Then 4
Breaking
years.
and entering and
unless,
murder.
unless it's self-defense.
He got 4 years for, not for murdering Pop Smoke, for robbing and murdering Pop Smoke. 2 different charges.
How old
Double
is he?
felony. When you, it's a higher felony when you commit a crime while committing a.
That's crazy.
This nigga double felony.
It was like
4 years.
literally robbery is just like 4 to 10 years. Then you murder somebody while actively robbing somebody, that automatically pushes it to 25 to life.
I'm like, did he sell
Maybe-
the chain he stole?
Or maybe
legal
he
fees?
snitched on somebody. Who knows?
Or maybe,
You're right. I didn't even
That kinda
think
makes-
about
yeah, I didn't think
that.
about
That's
that.
a good point.
Or maybe
possible.
it was a
Point.
paid hit on Pop.
or maybe his sentence is related to the fact that he pled guilty and didn't try to act innocent.
No.
Okay.
Nah, bro.
No, he
No.
still would have got
Because
25.
maybe,
Californians
he
with
got
it.
a plea deal.
A deal, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, so
But, like,
we covered
So
the plea.
the deal
yeah.
had to come with something. You didn't just walk in and was like,
Yeah.
I did it. And they was like, all right, bet 4
They
years.
wouldn't be like, well, he fessed up.
Yeah, since you decided to be a good
least he
human
was
today.
honest.
Yeah,
I know you were bad that night, but that was one moment. Right?
Well, no. It was black on black crime.
Could age
And
have
then
been
it
a
was
factor?
also premeditated
That's what I'm
because
saying, how old is he?
Yeah.
it was also premeditated because he had to find his address online and then go drive to his address
He was
with
like,
the
we
intent of robbing
planned
him.
to rob him, so it wasn't spur of the moment shit.
And traditionally with black on black crime, they lock everybody up.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you black. Oh, it's just niggas taking care. No, we gonna take care of niggas too.
Hey, you did us a favor, but we gonna make sure we get you.
I'm about to say, nigga, it's still the
Can't let
same
none of you
game.
niggas off.
Because you are new to the show, I want to let you know we do this thing. It's called what's that shit called?
I'd love to know.
My mind is going blank. Oh, the thought.
Whole
thing.
tips.
Yeah,
Thought tips?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Are we calling it thought tips?
We don't want to call it hoteps.
I know
That
you
sounds like
wa-
hoteps. I don't like that.
It was Canes, nigga. No, but anyway, you came up with it, so I can't remember.
I can't
but it
remember
was-
the name right now. I am literally
Hotel?
drunk.
Concept.
No,
No,
it's
no,
not
not
hotel.
hotel. It's the
Thoughts and
concept of
tricks.
giving a
I
tip.
kind of like that.
Thoughts
just
and tips.
Giving a tip.
Okay, we can name it thoughts and tips.
Thoughts
No,
and tips.
thoughts,
You just
thoughts
said that,
and
no.
tips. Thoughts and tips.
Thoughts and tips.
Thoughts
Tips
and
on
tips.
thoughts.
We'll work on it.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm about to
figure
say,
it out.
it'll come back.
We'll work on it.
Since while we're on the subject, who wants to go first?
Oh wait,
Taylor.
you trying to do it now?
I mean, we
Sorry.
might as well. We already here.
Wait,
Man,
what is
rushing
the
shit,
what is
man.
the full
You
concept?
gotta ease into
It's
the.
like you were supposed to give advice based on one of your whole stories that either went well or didn't go well. And if it didn't go well, then advice for what you should do for it to go well.
I swear
and
I
if
had a
it did
name
go
for it
well,
already.
necessarily hoes, because like I gave advice on
It's just,
being in a
just
relationship.
simple advice,
Yeah.
or a story.
Okay.
whatever.
But Eli said we're not gonna rush into it, so y'all gotta wait.
Okay.
Y'all
you teasing them
gotta
now.
wait.
It's a hologram.
I'm sorry.
A thought
I'm sorry. But my brother on the end, my brother on the end.
I'm ready when
Oh,
the
y'all
time
back to the hoe
comes.
tips, huh?
Oh. Hey, Sean, go ahead and introduce these trick signals, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. So previously to the show, we were talking about how when dealing with the opposite sex, and I'm not
I
just
like the
going
opposite sex.
I'm not just gonna say women do it because I feel like men do it too. You know what I'm saying? They give signals. You know what I'm saying? That be like, hey. I feel like with men, the signals are, hey, I want to be in a relationship with you, but they don't actually want to be in a relationship with you.
That's
And I feel like with
Coercion.
women, it'd be like, hey, I want to have sex with you, but they don't really want to have sex with you. I feel like both of those are trick signals to see how you react to, you know what I'm saying, that stimuli.
Okay.
It's not stimuli.
Yeah.
Mm.
What the
Yeah,
fuck is
SAT
this?
words.
Sigmund Freud,
Yeah.
Albert Bandura.
Yeah.
So can we? So like, my understanding is that we were gonna the trick signals was sex related.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I wanted to make it all inclusive. I'm sorry.
No, I think it is kind of all inclusive, but you can focus on the.
The reason I said it is because like that's just general deception. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Thank you.
that's why I'm like trick signals.
I mean, but like, okay, I feel
it's
like
fun.
genuine deception is saying, hey, baby girl, I want to give you everything, and you don't want to actually give her everything.
I'm
I mean,
saying-
that's
I
just
said-
like
no, I
saying
didn't
you want to
say
be in a
gen- I
relationship
said-
and
I
then you
said
really don't.
But,
general.
and that's deception. But when you taking her out on $300 dates with no actual intention of dating her, you feel me?
You
That's
just
that's
paying for
just a
pussy at that
signal.
point.
Nah,
Yeah.
you got money, nigga. You like going. You know, like I'm not about to take the bitch to Frenchies because I want to eat Frenchies.
I want to eat that
He's like,
$200
I'm
steak.
gonna say no.
Yeah, just because I like to eat good food don't mean I
Facts.
like this bit. And I was-
Hey, so what you're saying
That's
is
crazy.
women and men out here doing trick plays.
Yeah, and I feel like men have a lot of excuses as to why.
That's why I call it
But-
general deception.
But
yeah.
in general, you know what I'm saying?
Can I
If
ask you a
may
question?
Speak. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I ask
Paper, rock,
everybody.
scissors.
No, we not about to do that. Sit your head back, nigga. Go ahead.
All right, ladies first.
No, I want you to ask your question because I'm gonna
Yeah.
get into it. So
All right. So my question for you is, and this is also for everybody, but I'm directing it towards you. All right, you got $200-$300 to spend on a date. I don't like his face. And you take the person on the date. Are you intending to be with this person, get something out of it, or are you just spending the money frivolously?
I feel like if I'm taking somebody on a date for the thrill of the fun, it is not gonna be $300. I ain't got it like y'all though. Y'all rich niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Rich niggas.
whoa,
Y'all rich
whoa,
niggas.
whoa, talking about? What you mean?
But like,
Y'all.
but
You
like,
ain't
but like
got it
me,
like them.
Yeah. But like me, like on a just fun date, it like the cap is like 150. I mean, and that's me. I'm a cheap nigga. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
feel like
like
150 is
But
reasonable.
if
I
I
think
want
that's
her to
very
be my
reasonable.
girl and I'm trying to impress her, and you know what I'm saying, I want her to feel special about herself, then we talking $300-$400. Cause you know, I understand, you know what I'm saying? You looking at a future with this person. So it's not just frivolously spending money, it's an investment. But like, if you see no future
An investment
and
in
you
the future,
spending
brother.
$300-$400, I just don't see any purpose besides like you paying for the cooch. With the idea, by implanting the idea that she could get more of this in the future, when you actually have
Deception.
no plans of that.
Disgrace.
okay, I think
I've been waiting for one of y'all to do it. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I feel like the paying for dates conversation has been tired out, but I will say I've come to the conclusion that the person who asks the other person for the date is the person who pays. So as a woman, I've paid for dates too, right? Now wait, because on the like baller status, I've gone on dates where like I asked the man for the date or the girl, and I was like, whatever you want, you got it. You know, like there was no price cap on it, but for me,
Oh, this nigga was T.I. Stacks on deck.
but I don't consider it to
Tone
be
on
like
ice.
a deception thing. I think if anything, it's like I'm letting you know that I understand that I asked you for your time and that I'm valuing your time. And I expect that in return. But I also have been broke before, and I feel like I can have a nice little park day. We can get some paint and do what it do. Like, you don't have to spend any money. I
Yeah,
saw
go to
something
the,
that was like, what would you do
museum.
if a man paid for your dating coupons? And I was like, bitch, I'm not paying for it. Why would I be mad?
Exactly.
Why would I be mad about that? I don't understand.
Hey,
like, I don't understand relating how much a
Like
person
Groupon?
spends on a date to the actual fun you have on the date.
Ain't
Like-
nothing wrong
Like
with Groupon.
money doesn't necessarily equate to the amount of fun you can have.
No.
Especially if you're vibing with the person.
Right.
Because if the vibe is not right, it don't matter if you spent $50 or $1,000. Nigga, take me home.
All right, so, and I feel like I understand what y'all are saying, and I can agree with it. I feel like that's alternative to what my point was,
Okay.
which is we can go to Dave and Buster's and have a good time for
Wednesday.
$100. You feel me, or
Okay.
less? You feel me?
It's on the Wednesday.
Okay.
You feel me? You feel me? But if I'm taking you to like a place where the steak at base is $100, you know what I'm
Paris.
saying? You know what I'm saying? The steak at base is $150. I am obviously trying to impress you.
Okay.
So what you have to
Maybe I
then
just like to eat good.
you have to then dive into why. You feel me? Like, why are you trying to impress her? If you're not trying to impress her because you want a future with her, then you're trying to impress her because you want the cooch. And that is
Or
deception.
there's a side note. I feel like sometimes people find value in how much money they have, like, because they don't feel like self-worth of themselves. So sometimes,
that's another good
like,
point.
so like sometimes I don't even feel like a guy's trying to get the pussy, the
Okay.
cooch, whatever the fuck, the cat, whatever. But I feel like
Said cooch. The whispering eye.
Mentioned badge.
You remember that movie?
but I feel like sometimes people are trying to prove a point to themselves, like, yeah, I got it like that. And I
Nah.
want you to feel like I got it like that. Even if they might not have it like that.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely.
You know?
And like, to be
Side eye.
honest, that's a problem with a lot of men.
Men and women. If you can't afford
men
that
and
movie
women.
bag, don't
But,
buy it.
But in general,
Girl.
that's also a lot of problem. Me speaking from a male perspective, that is a problem with men because a lot of men don't feel valued if they don't have money to feel valued. You know what I'm saying? Like, they feel worthless if they're not able to do the job of a man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Makes
I
sense.
think most of these conversations, my opinions might be not so traditional because when I did live with my real parents, my dad was like the caretaker, my mom was the provider. So that's what I enjoyed the most.
You had a stay at home dad.
I stay at home.
She get off work.
I need
She
you.
start
Hey, bro, let me get that manual, man.
Yeah, no,
bro.
my dad did,
Slippers ready at the door. I like that.
I clean. No.
Hey,
Yeah.
the wise words of two of my homegirls. They got this podcast. Long story short, what's their podcast called? Sip and Spill, Real Sip and Spill. Hold a house husband. I'm trying to be a hoe to a house husband. Take me out the game, shawty. I cook. Like my man
crossed
Eli
his
said,
leg. He was
I clean. I cook well. I ain't gonna say I cook
If she a
well.
cougar and
You
got
can
kids, I'm gonna play
No,
with
I
them
cook
like they
well.
mine.
Like, I'm good at what I do.
Pick them up from school.
Oh God, I will be
On
there
time.
On time.
5 minutes early.
I'm up at 5 a.m.
You ain't
every
never
day.
gonna have to worry
Ironing.
about daycare charging extra.
Real time. I'ma iron them clothes faithfully.
I have your
Faithfully.
breakfast and your lunch ready.
And when
You'll
she
never see a dirty
and when
dish.
she at work, bringing in that bread, I'm at home masturbating because that's what I'm doing for you. For you.
That was a crazy turn.
You gotta start the ignition,
All right, hey, listen. All right, so to get back to the female side of trick signals, because that's where we're on trick signals. I feel like women with trick signals is like they make you think that they want to have sex with you to see how you gonna react to having sex with them. Like, are you finna jump at it? Do you seem like a nigga that ain't had pussy in a long time?
So
Like,
I want to point something out, guys. I want to point something out.
Okay.
The ladies spoke on the side of trick signals that we were literally just talking about. So that's why I said it was too generous, because that was that side that we just spoke about.
Yeah.
They literally just
Okay,
gave
can
commentary
I
to it.
also say I am a trick? I realize I've learned and I've
You
accepted.
be tricking?
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I like being
Yes.
tricked on.
Yes, and I think that my problem.
she talking about the
my
different type of
problem,
tricks.
No. See, like, if I like you enough and I got the money,
I'm gonna spend it.
I'm gonna spend it, and
I'ma
I'm
spend
gonna
it
feel good about
frivolously.
it. But when it's gonna become a problem, my problem with
love
doing
when
that
they
is
like
that I
this.
give too much, and then like don't let me find out you came up with some money and you didn't show me.
Oh.
Now we have a fucking problem.
Because facts.
Oh man,
she had to make it hurt,
two-sided sword right
That's when, a
there.
nigga, that's when a nigga get his feelings hurt. But anyway, so like,
My drink is gone.
I want to say this. So this is why I wanted to restrict the trick signals to sex, is because,
Yo, it's okay. It's okay.
be real, guys.
We're listening.
Y'all don't trick signal with sex.
Okay.
Y'all don't make a woman
Can I
sometimes
say- can
think
I
she
say a
about to get
point
some
to
dick, and you
that?
like,
Can I say a point to that?
That's when
Okay.
you walk up to her, you know what I'm saying? You talk to her, chilling with her.
Nah.
You didn't. Let's say you didn't know her for like a couple of days.
I'm just saying. So
Yeah,
yes,
come
You're
on.
a whore.
So can we speak on the ways that men trick signal about sex and the ways that women trick
Can
signal
I
about
say on that
sex?
right quick?
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I'm gonna make 2 points. First, general point, I feel like sometimes men and women are generally flirtatious.
Okay.
So I feel like sometimes in flirting, certain signals are put out there that aren't necessarily supposed to lead to sex. So I would like to say that. And then another thing is, I feel like specifically to women, I feel like sometimes we purposefully lead men on, and in that can be expected not necessarily to lead to sex. But however, in the process of leading a man on, I feel like sometimes we as women find ourselves in this situation where we feel like, oh damn, we played this game too far to come back. And that's where a lot of times women end up having sex with people that they really don't want to have sex with.
Crazy.
Because they played the game
That is
a
a
little
real
bit too
thing.
long.
Do it.
That is a real thing. I have.
If I don't want to do it, I ain't doing it.
Shawty be like, I guess I gotta come up off some pussy.
Right.
See, the thing is, women don't have that luxury of saying. I mean, they do, but like in a situation where like the nigga is like pushing the issue, they don't have the luxury of saying, I don't want to come off this Gucci, because at the end of the day, that nigga could be crazy and just take it anyways.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the whole
The
like
entitlement is real.
beat me up.
That's
you know what I'm
scary.
saying? Like, at the end of the day,
They don't have.
it's tougher for a woman to be able to be
Heck, I'm
like,
wearing
I ain't about to get you no pussy, beat me up. But as a man, you could be like, Shawty, I ain't about to get you no dick. What you gonna do? What you gonna do to me? I ain't about
And
to
she
come off
start
it.
yelling, you like, all right, I'm leaving.
Like, she pull your jeans, you like, nah. What you gonna
Your
do?
hands off of me.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna
You harlot.
You Jezebel.
I'm gonna tell him myself, because I battled with this for a little bit, because I was like, damn, am I like a predator? Because the last guy,
Wait, say that one more time?
am I a predator? Like,
Oh,
am
are
I?
you
Yeah.
okay.
She's a
So
hunter.
so the last guy that okay, so most of my sexual experiences with both men and women, I'm always like sought after. I don't ever really have to initiate things, and I like that, you know. But the last guy that I saw, he was like a rebound in my mind, to be quite honest. But I mean, he was a really cool guy. I didn't take enough time after my relationship to start dealing with him. Anyways, the first date we had, I was like, we going back to your crib? He was like, no, I think it's a little bit too early for that. And I was like, oh, okay. So then the second date was like a couple of days after that. And I was like, I pushed it. We went to the beach, had a beautiful, beautiful date.
Which
and
beach?
afterwards, I don't know, niggas like, where you guys going?
Loser.
The one, fucking Galveston, nigga. I don't know.
She said with the dirty one.
It wasn't that memorable,
I think, yeah.
obviously.
No, I
I like to like point out the breakdown. She went from like real like classy and polite to like, nigga, I don't fucking know.
This is a trick.
But my bad. So like, so after the date, I was like, let's go to your place, whatever. And he was like, I still think it's a little bit too soon. Like, I want you to feel respected. I don't want you to feel like that's what I'm seeking after. And I was like, okay, cool. But we made it to his place. I mean,
Slut me out.
So we got there, and we were chilling on the couch, and I was just like, I feel like I was like, let's go to the room, and he was like, I think it's. He kept saying he was very stern on this.
Hey, shout out to bro. You held it down.
He really
I feel
tried
like he
to.
finna break down.
It's
in
about
this
to
story.
turn. You know it's about to turn. Here we
Of
go.
course, but
It turned on me in the long run, because I pursued that so hard. But I mean, I didn't make him have sex. I didn't make him take his pants off. But I asked him, I was like, why don't you want to have sex with me? Like, are you not attracted to me? And that was an actual question that I
Oh,
felt. And
I
he was
hate
like,
those
no.
questions.
And I feel that. I wasn't right to ask that question, but in that moment, I was being a little bit insecure because I've never been turned down. I've never had a person not want to have sex with me when I'm giving that vibe off. And so he expressed that it was just like he wanted me to feel like he was trying to get to know me and not just trying to fuck, and I was just trying to fuck. So we fucked, and
Was it good?
it was not that good.
Oh, I knew it. I saw my mama. Oh, my mama. My nigga's like, I'm not gonna hold it
Listen,
down.
I
And you
really
pretty.
like you, and I want you to see the things that I have.
I want you to like me
You
before
were
we fuck.
disappointed.
Then maybe I can keep you. All right, anyway, go
So
ahead.
honestly, I thought this story was headed to like, I thought it was one of those. Next thing you know, like we was
No, nigga,
dick
no.
was in
No,
mouth.
nigga, no. Look at my dread
Down
shake,
the
nigga, no.
road, down the road, man's was changing my life for sure. Like
Yeah.
once I let him get to know my body, we did that for like 2.5 years where we was just
So
situationship
the rebound
type
turned
shit.
into a
Situation.
To a slam dunk.
She said,
situation.
that wasn't
not a
a
slam
she
dunk
said
situation.
It,
It was a layup.
bro.
That is-
Bro,
okay,
she
okay.
said
The
it.
situation
A
because
mid-range,
it was
a
a
little midi.
rebound and then I realized like at first I was like I'm not really ready to have a relationship, but I do want to keep getting to know you and I do want to keep being exclusive sex partners. And then after so much time had passed, I was already giving him everything a girlfriend would give him, so why did he need to make me his girlfriend? And I couldn't like grasp that I was already giving too much. I was already doing too much. So that was the thing. And
She was tricking.
I was spending money. I was letting him borrow money. Like that
It
was
ain't
just something
tricking if
that
you
I
got
was,
it. T.I. said it.
There was times where I had it and there was times where I budgeted in.
Facts.
I'll be honest
Because it's
with
you.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean,
Facts.
I'm a single woman. I take care of everything. I got 2 animals. Like those are my babies. Like I fund my entire life if I'm not like sugar baby.
Don't say nothing. Eli got something to say.
Oh, what? Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was waiting. I was,
Yeah,
I
you
was
waiting.
waiting.
Go ahead.
But he was loading the
tap
gun
in.
up.
Simple
But
life.
I say all that to say another thing, and he was he was the one who made me
He did
realize.
his warm up stretches.
I fucking hate it. He was the one who made me realize that when I wanted to have sex, I would either just be like, let's fuck, like let's do it now, or I would do like
Damn,
the
miss
little
my dick and I need it now?
teasing, like teasing, and then he would, girl, I like you, but he would like tease
Hey,
me
hey,
a little
hey,
bit.
this is
I
not
know.
that type
My
of
bad,
show.
My bad. We're chilling.
could be.
We're chilling. We're
Shit.
chilling. We're not gonna make it that
This
though.
is not a black couch.
Okay, let me get out so you like to say his. Okay, so basically he made me realize that when I would tease, sometimes I would like, you know, do the little butt thing when we're cuddling, but like just to feel him get hard because I get a rise out of that because I know you want to fuck, but maybe I don't feel like it right now. And he would say like, what was the point of doing all the things that you would normally do when you want to have sex, but say that you don't want to have sex? And I was like, I don't know, it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing.
Cat and
I think
mouse.
and I think another thing is the less you want sex, the more I'm like, I gotta convince him. And I
Predator.
realize if I was a man, that would be a problem.
Predatory.
It's
R.
very
Kelly.
predatory. But that's the only time that I feel like I was really in that situationship. Outside of that, I've never had anybody make me feel like I was doing that to them. Does that make sense? Like
Makes
this
sense.
is the first time I pursued a man that showed interest but didn't show enough interest, and that made me want to pursue him more.
You know,
The chase. It was a thrill of the
we
chase.
have seen that happen in 4K.
Oh, that's
So,
It could be a strategy.
Eli,
so the relationship that you had before that situationship, how long was that relationship?
here we go.
That was. I feel like that was almost 3 years. It was an on and off kind of thing. We lived together. We had. Yeah.
She was married.
But, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with most of my relationships that were actual
Commonly
relationships
law
started
marriage.
with me not wanting. I don't like being in a relationship. I've learned by watching other people that the way that I think about things, most people don't really subscribe to that.
Bro, I feel you on that.
You feel me? So,
Hard.
like my last 2 boyfriends, actual boyfriends, they had to tell me I was their girlfriend. Like it was one of those things where we would hang out so much, and then one day he was just like, "If I tell you you're my girlfriend, you're my girlfriend." I was like, "Shit, let's go." Like that's I fucking know, but I was just like he about it, like he's serious, and I fell into relationships, but I always expressed in the beginning that was not something that I wanted. If you wanted to be friends with benefits, I was so healthy with those boundaries, but men would feel like, how can you spend so much of your time with me and like
not
treat
want
me
a
this
relationship.
like this, yeah, and then not want to call me your boyfriend? Like they feel like I didn't think they were enough. And when I went through that situation with that
possessive.
guy, yeah. But then I became that person. I became the person that I was dating to that person that I pursued so hard. And that was realizing that took a long time.
This is a woman
So
who has done self-analysis.
So from my observation, right, from discussion, right, is you were interested in that situationship after the relationship because it was like a change to the power dynamic you were used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was interesting because it was like, oh, this is a little shiny new object. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really like you might have liked him,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that deep. You know what I'm saying? Like it was still like
I think I
The
like that
idea
he
of
made me
power.
work for it.
the idea of the power.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it's like, oh, this is different. This is something new. It's like
I gotta chase this man.
Like you discovered a new muscle, and you was like, I want to try this.
Like a cat with a shiny light.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I get you?
So check it, right? Before we get into our main topic,
we
because
haven't finished the trick signals.
I thought we did.
I feel like that
I
was.
never
feel
said.
like-
I
Ollie,
never,
any trick
never
signals?
said shit about
And
trick
you got
signals.
history on trick signals?
well,
Okay, so as a man, right? So
As a
like,
man.
America.
let me see. Like, so I've had conversations where, so like how you said how guys would be hanging out with you a lot, right? Y'all spending
Yeah, I'm
time,
the
y'all
homie.
having fun, blah, blah, and eventually they like, you my girlfriend, right? So like, conversely, I've had that from women where they're like, you don't feel like this is communicating something? I'm like, we having fun. We having fun. So like,
Good old
I
time.
didn't see that as a trick signal. You know what I'm saying? But I can say straight up, I've definitely played with a woman's head, like made her think that, oh yeah, you know, I'm not, like, I literally did this one. I was like, I texted this one girl, she kept hitting me up, and we had already been together before, right? She kept hitting me up, and I would be like, yeah, I'm coming over. We're gonna do all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. Man, I'd go do something else. And then the next day, I'd be like, oh, I fell asleep. Oh, I'm so sorry. And when I say do something else, I'm not saying necessarily go sleep with some other woman or nothing like that. I'm just saying I
That's
go
what most
like,
do.
Yeah.
I would literally just be like, oh, I'm about to go watch a movie by myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Because you had absolutely no interest of sleeping with this woman.
Or
it's not
being
even
in
that.
her, or
It
being
was
in her
like,
space.
shawty, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'll be tired. You know what I'm
So
saying?
let me ask you, are you saying that you were doing the talking but not walking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The talk,
That's
but
what
not
And
walk.
what were you getting out of that?
Mind games.
But you wasn't even getting pussy in the mind
She
game.
pissed me off one time, and I was
He's
like,
a villain. That was his villainous arc.
she pissed me
Yeah,
off one
his
time, and I was
origin
like,
story.
bet I'm gonna make you pay for it every time. You know what
Every
I'm saying?
time.
So like every time she hit me up, I knew she wanted, and so
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come through. Yeah, I'm gonna
She
see
hit
you.
me up when she.
And then slowly but surely, it's like, I'm not
Nah,
coming through. I'm not
I used to
coming
do that
through.
too.
So I'd say like my reason is less like villainous, a little bit more insecure. It's more like I kind of like knowing that like if I ain't got no pussy, that I can reach back in my phone. Like, because I know that she been trying to hit me for like 4 months. Like I know.
And I stand her up
Every time.
So I will
she be
say
like,
this.
this Saturday? I'll be like, bro, this Saturday, I'm pulling up. I got
I
you.
swear
I'm
on
gonna
everything.
got you, bro.
I
I'm gonna
will
be
be
there.
there.
Saturday? Damn, bro.
I got called into work.
Because in my situation, she took my jacket. It was a
Bro, you're petty.
hold on.
So
It was a
before you
red
go-
and white Adidas jacket.
You know how you feel about
I
it.
think
I can
Adidas.
petty
Bro,
jacket.
And you know how I feel about
if y'all
Nike,
know
right?
me, red is my favorite color. That's the only time I had ever found one at the place that I had found it at, and I was so happy to have this motherfucking jacket. Right? One time, went over her house. Actually, nah, I lost my jacket in her car.
Then she found it and didn't say shit.
And no. I came back to her shit because I was done like fucking with her. But I came back to her crib one day and, you know, I weaseled my way on some like, nah, I want to see you, blah, 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 blah. And I was lying because I
You
wanted my
to look
jacket.
for the jacket.
So I came over with an intent, like, and I just started searching her shit when I got there, right?
Bro, yeah. Outrageous.
And I walk in the room, I'm in the closet, like,
Bro, she getting undressed. He like,
she rolling and shit. I'm like, yeah. It's been a long day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through shit. And I didn't find my jacket, and it made me so hot. And so, found out a way to get out of there. Didn't sleep with her. And I texted her, like, I'm not fucking with you no more. You stole my jacket, blah, 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 blah. And she swore up and down she never stole my jacket, right? like 2, maybe 3 months later.
He saw her on Instagram.
Posted a flick.
No, she hit me up. I found it. Like, I got so hot off of that one. When she came back and told me she found my jacket,
Did
she
you
was
go
like,
get it,
was
though?
in the laundry,
he wants
and the laundry's upstairs. You never checked the laundry. I was like, that is bullshit. And I was so mad about that. That's why I made her pay.
Did you get the jacket?
Nope.
I ain't gonna lie
Oh,
to
no,
you.
I'm one of them. I'm them kind of Scorpios. I'm like, nah, keep my shit.
Yeah. So look,
Keep my
So
shit.
you gave your
It was
time
important to you.
instead.
That's going to be your lesson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had somebody take my jacket one time, right? And I
Y'all
used to
be
try
hot over these jackets.
Bro, it was
Tangible.
it was an orange and it was like blackish gray at the top.
that's how you know you remember that shit. It matters, man.
It was black and gray at the top, and the hood was black and gray, but the rest of the part was orange. And then you could stick your fingers into the slit on the side. I love that jacket.
Exactly.
And I love that jacket so much that I fought to get that jacket back, and she pissed me off, and I named her in my phone the bitch with my jacket.
Exactly. Because it mattered. It mattered. I swear on
Bro,
everything.
I done had so many
WNJ.
articles of my clothing
But-
stolen by women.
Bro,
I can't even.
I got all kind of jack. I got an elephant hoodie that's gone. Banana Republic hoodie. It's got Banana Republic on it.
But
Gone.
y'all
I
remember
got all
when
kind of
Elite
shit.
was like expensive? Like Nike Elite was expensive?
Yeah.
Bro, Nike Elite jacket stolen.
Bro, I got a thick ass Adidas camo. So it was black with It
No,
was
don't
black
break it.
with the camo on the Adidas stripes, right? It was an
Yeah.
expensive ass jacket. It was like $100, right?
Yeah.
And on discount it was $100, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna lose this, all right? I done left it, and I was mad about it. But the one that mattered was the red one, the red and white one, and that one didn't even cost that much.
I'm gonna say something. I just feel like that's like charge it to the game situation.
For real, bro.
I really feel like cause one thing I notice is I'm a sentimental person and I like the way people smell and I like textures and things like that. And if I spend the night at your house one time, I'm leaving with a shirt.
But it's the shirt you gave me to wear.
For
No.
sure. For
Hey,
sure.
hey,
And
hold
if
on.
you take the one I gave you that one on purpose.
Yeah.
So like
But look, but what my nigga J. Cole say, when you leave,
I'm gonna need that
I'ma
shirt
need my
back.
shirt back.
And if you ask me,
you know how it go.
if you ask me for your shirt back, you will never hear from me again because you got me fucked up.
That's fine.
Bitch, I gave you
That's
pussy
fine.
and let you fondle my titties. Are you kidding me?
That's fine.
I'm keeping the shirt and whatever the fuck else.
And which is why
I
you gonna get
wanted.
a
all
plain
right, so
white
like
tee.
if you take something outside of what I gave you,
That's a
wrong.
problem.
Like
You
you're
wrong.
stealing.
You are a
but,
thief.
but if I
Am
ask
I
somebody-
And when
If
I
you
come
know I
back
got
to your
it.
house, I'm gonna take it without saying shit.
Am I a thief if you know I got it? If I'm like, hey, oh, this is cool, I'm gonna take this with me. And you're like, yeah.
Nah,
No,
that's
like,
different.
no.
You're an aggressive
I
thief.
gave you the shirt. If you say I'm gonna take the
No.
shirt and I say yeah, I gave you that shirt.
Yeah.
But
But
then
if I say put my shirt down,
and you take it anyways, that is theft of property.
If you put it down and then later on, like, I'm mad. I'm genuinely mad, and I'm coming after you somehow.
Okay, so we talking about tricks, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking this is something that I do when I hang out with people. I'm forgetful.
Mm.
I'm forgetful. Very, very forgetful. I just
you be forgetting
whatever.
things on purpose.
Hey,
I've done that. I've done that. And so I've noticed a person who plans on seeing me again will just be like, I'll give it to you next time I see you.
Mm-hmm.
But a person who not fucking with me is going to make it very urgent that they bring it back to me immediately.
Right.
And another thing, I've had a guy who like he talked up his dick, and to me that's some hoe a hoe tip. Do not talk
You wanna-
up
shit.
your dick.
Don't
or your pussy.
Wait.
Don't.
You mean it at all, or like what if you know, like, yeah, I'm about to.
At all.
I'm about
to-
Until
I'm
we
about
have
to
sex.
fillet
No, until
your ass.
I actually
I'm about to come through and dun.
Like, what if a nigga know, like,
I feel like it's sometimes where like the girl really initiate the like sex talk. And then you can be like, well, I'm not finna like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say like a female just be like on some playful shit, like, oh, your dick probably little. I'm like, all right, so now we got to talk about it.
Okay, that's
like,
fair.
well, actually,
That's
If you
fair.
want me to ruin your life.
Ew. Oh, I'd hate that. For me, I went on a date. It was the best, gorgeous day. We had so much fun. I've just had the time of my life. And then when he dropped me off, we were in the car, and I kind of had already told him like it was the first date, and I was like at the end of seeing somebody, so I didn't really want to kiss him. But we would go on a date again, and if I enjoyed it, then we could talk about that, you know, whatever. And on the first day, he looked me in my eyes and was like, "I could change your life. Like this dick would change your life." And I was like, "Okay, well, we'll talk about that on a later note." And our second day, he said the same thing, and I was like, "Okay, whip the dick out." whip it out. And I straight up.
My nigga say,
Well,
I would have been like, pull it out for me.
well, it wasn't that it was small. It was like as soon as no, the penis size was not the problem. The penis size was never the problem. Okay, I don't believe in
he
penis
ain't know
shaming.
how to work the motion of the ocean.
Bro, let her finish, bro.
I'm like,
Let her finish.
what it was after he pulled the dick out, I was like, I could fuck. So I was like, let's go have sex, and we had sex, and it was really bad. And I can't believe that you talked your dick up twice, looked me in my eye, locked eyes,
gotta
and then
show
gave
out.
me the weakest dick of your life.
You have to
and
show
to me,
out.
I
The one
felt
of the
like
weakest?
No, his name is Reggie.
Not even me? Damn.
the weakest. And I mean, we ran through condoms for no reason, and I think about that.
Damn, you wasted $11, brother.
Oh, bro.
Bro, nah. Hey, look, man.
bro.
Look.
She
Hey, look,
If you ever
this
seen
trick
her
signals
eye.
has gone on too long. We have gone on too
right, we'll
long
end
with
it
trick
next time.
signals.
Good
It was
information.
really
It's been good. So check it.
what's the next
Before we get into it, we got Angela Reese. We got to get into Angela release.
Angela
Hey,
Release.
shit,
She released too much.
Hey, we gotta get into Angel Reese, and then we gotta finish our part 2 of Girl God Code, Pussy
Okay.
Code. But before that, everybody drop your quick tip. Who going first?
Bro had a quick
Girls.
tip.
Don't let your partner.
Oh my God.
I go on there, but he couldn't.
Hey, look, I'm gonna go first. So, fellas, and this is for me. This is from me and Eli. Make sure you get your jacket back. By any means necessary.
I'm talking
Make her
check the
take it
car.
off before she get out the car.
Check the car.
Check the car, check the laundry room, check
What?
her bedroom, check underneath the bed,
Underneath
check
the
her
bed?
parents' room,
Boy.
check the hall closet. Make sure you get your jacket back. If that's a jacket that you that is one of your prized possessions, don't let it slide, because then you'll end up like us.
Check
and we
the-
I gave her that jacket back when I was 18. It's been 9 years. It's been 9 years, and I'm still mad about that fucking jacket.
Dresser
Man.
drawers, the bathroom cabinets, the
Make sure
medicine
you
cabinet.
open the laundry door.
Man, flip the basket.
Yeah.
It might be at the bottom.
Do one of
Yeah.
the ladies want to go before I go?
I want to add on to that is if he asked for the jacket back, don't fuck him again.
I just want to say, drive
She
your own
petty.
fucking car. I don't care if you piss poor drunk, bitch. Drive yo whip. All right.
Dang, she made me forget mine. Oh yeah. Mine was don't let the coochie or the idea of the coochie control you. The first time she throw it at you, bat it down.
Wait.
I think that's fair.
Wait,
That
no,
part.
hold
That's a
on,
good
hold
one.
on, hold
That's a
on.
good one. Play hard to get.
Like no matter what the first time or like
Like the first time she not the like when you end the I'm talking about the first time she poses the idea of y'all having sex. Don't be geek like, yeah, I'm ready right now. Like, nah, bro, chill out.
You know saying? Play it cool,
Ooh.
keep it P.
To play on that, same thing when a nigga is talking about he's gonna spend some money on you, bitch. Have your own money.
Yeah.
Have your own money.
Yeah.
Hey, I support that.
Your
There you
own
go.
money.
Make better
I
decisions
agree.
when you got your
Ah.
own.
Yeah.
Because when
I
the check
agree.
come out and y'all can both honestly be like, I'll pay for it, the nigga gonna be like, nah, cause you for real. So I gotta show you.
You're right. You're right. So okay, do you think it's wrong if the girl does that fake thing? Because I've learned I'm not doing the fake shit no more. Again, if you ask me on this date, you're paying for the date. I'm not reaching for my shit.
Oh, for
That
sure.
part.
Okay,
If I
but
ask you on a date, for sure. But if you
so
ask
do
me on a
you
date,
feel
I'ma still
like-
try to pay for it.
Okay, I don't know if y'all have sisters, right? But if I know we finna get off of it, but if your sister told you she did the fake reach and he let her pay for it, would you tell her to see him again?
Fuck no. Move around.
If she did
'Cause
the
he
fake
invited
reach,
you.
I mean, it don't to her. She know it's a fake reach, but they don't really know it's a fake reach.
He invited you.
So
But he
I,
let you pay for it.
I wouldn't give her like advice to go or not. I would be like, hey, that's up to you because he called your bluff and that's where you ended up. That's what you did.
And that's why you
Y'all
shouldn't
ain't
do
playing
the
Texas
games.
Hold'em. He
fake
called your
reaching.
bluff.
No,
and
don't
now
fake
it's your
reach.
That's what you
Don't
get
fake
for
reach.
playing
Don't
them
fake reach.
games.
That's
You know
my
what
whole
I'm
tip
saying?
then.
But Eli,
So, man. Okay. So,
I stole his.
So I'm nigga, I would have definitely liked to have said that, but so like, damn. Okay, yeah, put the trick signals behind you. It's best to like if you're not gonna fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's
don't
2023.
make her think you are. Just be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to come over. I don't want to.
Hey man, don't hate the player, hate the
I
game.
don't want to hang out.
And to that,
You
I
don't
say
have to
charge
insult
the
her.
jackets to the game then.
Hey, I'm charging like
Okay.
not-
Okay.
It's the same
$400
with-
worth of jackets to the game.
It's just being consistent. It's just like you don't like somebody playing games with you. Just don't play games on the opposite side. So it's like you're
I
not
don't
gonna
mind
do it.
being played with.
If you're not gonna do it, because that's how you lose jackets. If you're not gonna do it, don't cap like you are. Just be like, nah, I'm cool. You know
My
what I'm
grandmama
saying?
gave me that jacket.
And like, we can stop after this, but like, I feel like here's the biggest thing for me.
I will
I've
say-
never decided for sure that I wasn't gonna do it. I just didn't feel like doing it then.
Nigga, you know. Don't play with me, nigga. You know. Deep down, you like, I sure didn't drink a Gatorade. I went to sleep last night at like 4 a.m. I'm really tired. I don't even
I really
wanna
don't feel
fuck.
like
I'm-
coming off this dick right
My
now.
hips sore. You know what I'm saying?
I just hooped.
Yeah, like, you know you're not trying to fuck. You know what I'm saying? You like, I really want some sleep.
Okay, so I know we really want to get off it, but I think that's the equivalent to like, remember when Steve Harvey wrote that book and
No.
one of the tips, that's funny. Cause you know.
No, I'm so
You for
serious.
real? Okay, well he wrote that book and
Think Like a Man.
and one of
Think Like a Man.
and one
Okay, I
of
remember
the
the
things
movie.
one of the things that people kept talking about was he was saying like if you don't think that you want to have sex with a man, you just want to get to know him or whatever, like don't wear cute panties, like wear unattractive panties or like don't shave, things like that because you're less likely to get the coochie out. And I
fuck?
think that's terrible advice.
That is terrible
You know how many
advice.
times I get coochie out with the
I'm saying, like, you
The
think
The wolf coochie?
I'm like, you
The
think,
wolf coochie.
Hey.
I'm like, is that really stopping
either
a
one
real
of them.
nigga?
Lil Wayne said it best. She said, "Sorry, I didn't shave. That pussy was a little furry. Put that pussy in my face.
I ain't got no worries.
Okay. Oh, to tap on that though, you should not be having oral sex with people on the first date. I think that we should really make that clear. Unless you're using protection, and nobody
Dental
wants to use
downs.
protection. Who's doing that?
Bro,
I got dental downs.
Stop
some.
eating
I'll give
coochie
you
and
some.
then extra stop eating booty on the first
Hey,
date. Bro.
no. Hey,
So what you want to talk
like
about?
I said, somewhere in the world, somebody currently is getting their mouth farted in. Just stop eating butt.
And they just met her that morning.
But look, on
had
to my girl
beans.
Angel Reese. Angel Reese, you know, she is
What a
she has took social media by storm,
storm.
and stolen Eli's heart.
No, she
Nah.
didn't. Nah, that nigga capping with
And
that
his
one.
money.
I support what she's doing because that shit is cool as fuck to me. Like the whole.
But she did take his money.
The whole
That part.
take my money. Nigga, you don't buy shit.
My fault. He gave her the money willingly.
Did they meet?
He gave LSU the money.
Okay, anyway, these niggas over here capping. But what I'm trying to say is like I like the whole part that she's unapologetic towards what people
Unapologetically
think
black.
Yeah.
about how she's behaving.
Facts.
Because like I don't want to get too far into the racial
You can't
issues
see
in
me.
it, but like what she did was something that was already done by somebody else, and then
The white
she became
lady.
like it's like the whole
The caucus.
It's like how on the basketball court you don't see the person who initiated the foul, you see the person who filed back. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm happy that she filed back and was like, I don't give a fuck. Shoot your free throws. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I fuck with because it's not
giving real fuck you energy.
yeah, it's and all the people who got something to say, like, oh, it's unsportsmanlike. Like,
I love how the
hate that
people.
shit.
I love the people supporting her behind it too. That's what I love.
okay, let me re-say that. So I hate the people who are saying it's unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, and classless
they
and
are
all that other
they are
bullshit.
making an issue out of nothing.
Out of nothing.
And that's what I have. That's
So,
why I like that she's like, I don't care.
I
don't
just want to call a spade a spade. This girl is 20 years old.
Black.
No, we're not even talking about black. We're not talking about race. This woman is 20 years old. The woman that she was playing is 20 years old. They really still kids. Let them play and shut up.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Because no hands were thrown, right?
No, let them play and shut up, bro. They in college. Let them have their fun. Let them talk they mess. Literally, without shit talking in sports would be boring.
It would be
Shit.
boring.
Nuck if you
Boring as
buck.
hell.
I will
Simple as
say,
that.
as a person who can dunk, if you've ever dunked a basketball on somebody,
On
it is
somebody.
almost impossible not to be like, yeah, you see that? Get up, get up. Like,
As a person who used to be able to dunk before he got hurt and gained weight.
lies.
No lie. I promise you. On my child.
I gotta see this
On my child. I used to be able to dunk.
Yeah.
On a
While he was
I used
asleep.
to have
I
it.
hate
Never
that.
done it
No.
before.
I'm so, like I literally
It's okay,
regulation?
brother.
Yeah,
All right,
regulations.
dog, my nigga say he got ups. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
used to
about.
have ups.
All right, bet.
Back in.
I still got bunnies, but go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, I work out. I can get them back. Hey, while you playing, I can get them back. It just take a few workouts. But anyways,
A few?
Hey.
A few
I
years.
admire your confidence.
more than a few. You know what I'm saying? But it take me a good 2 to 3 months.
I was about to give you weeks. I was like, my
No,
nigga
no,
say just
I'm
2, 3
gonna be
weeks.
real. I'm out of shape. So
Okay,
2 to 3 months.
okay.
I had a knee injury, so I had to get everything back. So forth and so on.
The knee injury is a real thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But anyways, dunking on not even fuck dunking on somebody, crossing somebody up and putting them on the ground.
Facts. Broken
Putting them on
ankles.
the ground.
Ankles broke.
Bro,
Man.
hitting them up in there, stopping, looking at them, and then
just stare him in the eye.
But anyways, let them play, bro.
Okay.
It's that simple.
I think if anything, go ahead.
No.
I think if anything, I hate to say it, but I feel like it kind of feeds into the angry black girl narrative.
Thank you.
And I don't really too much appreciate that because what's funny is I experienced something like this in high school where, long story short, this guy was bullying me the whole year. He would just call me weird things in the hallways. It was so weird. I was really bullied. And he
Was
put
he of a
chocolate-
different race?
He was Hispanic, but we were friends at first. And then we got second semester. He just switched up
He
out of
wanted
nowhere.
the coochie and you curved him.
No, but he never gave me that. I'm the homie, bro. I'm telling you, that's just what I was on. Okay. Anyways, we got to the second semester and he just switched up. We never had a conversation for why he switched up. He just did. And one day I got to class and I had just got my hair done. He
His
put
mom
chocolate
said.
in my hair.
Bro, all right, yeah, you
And
should box it.
the teacher didn't see him do that. Mind you, I was in a health class of all
Was it
boys.
like
I was the
melted
only girl.
chocolate or-
The chocolate, by the time I touched it, it was melting. Yes. In my hands, yes. And so I got up and I poured my Arizona drink all over him. I waited till the can cleared and then I darted to the door. Okay. And I
hit and run,
I
hit
heard
and
the
run.
teacher yell at me to come back because he wanted to give me EC or detention or whatever. And my sister was a teacher at the time, so I went to her classroom and I made her call him and tell him what happened. Nobody in that class stood up for me and said that he put the chocolate in my hair first. But until my sister vouched for me, and they had him removed from the class and everything. But that was when I first learned, like, they was so willing to put me in that angry black girl narrative. I'd never popped off in that class before, not a single time. That was the first time I'd ever gotten in
I
trouble
just take
in
one
school.
time.
And I learned then, and I feel like that was the case there because once they said that old girl, the white girl, I'm sorry, I don't know her name, but she was doing that in the
Caitlyn.
advertisements, right? She was
Caitlyn.
doing the "you can't see me" thing. John
Right.
Cena did it
But
for
no-
years, and then nobody say nothing to him.
No, so also to interrupt you, sorry, but I need to say this because our producer did he did this, which reminded me. Nobody said anything to Steph Curry last year
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
when they was beating the dog out of the Celtics, and Steph mid game was like, "Yeah, give me my ring right now." Nobody said nothing to him, but as soon as this young black woman in college does it, it's a problem. It's a problem
Taunting.
for her to do
Ooh.
this and say, "Give me my
Bro,
ring."
hey, nah, real talk. I like to touch on that because that happened, right? And then Ja Morant the next year was beating the shit out of the Timberwolves and then does the gritty over their fucking logo and he got fined like $25,000. Like crazy.
For what, like boasting?
Just dancing on their logo. It was disrespecting their logo. That was on the courts.
I would also like to just acknowledge a little bit of bias that just happened right now on the podcast. Because when y'all brought up Angel Reese from the beginning, I wanted to bring race into it, and all the men was like, "No, we're not talking about race." But then we
didn't even get to
just
say my
magically
piece.
started talking about race. Why?
I never said
I
anything
mean,
about
okay,
race.
so Steph Curry and Ja
I know
Morant are
y'all
both
didn't say
black.
nothing about race. I was trying to bring race into it, and you
So
said
what
we
I'm
weren't
saying,
gonna make
so
it
what
about
I was
race.
saying is excluding race. Like, let's not even talk about race. Let's talk about two individuals who are kids. Let them play is what I said.
No, I know that you said
Exclu-
that, but I'm saying that now we are bringing race into it.
But
Who brought race
I
into
forced
it?
it.
Thank you.
I
Okay,
forced it
so
when I
she-
said angry black girl
The
narrative.
light-skinned women
so
forced
I
it.
did it. So like, why? All I'm saying is I
That
never
part.
brought race into this. So why are we saying? I'm confused. I'm sitting here
So
confused.
here's the point that I was trying to make. I hope everybody got their little positive points out because here's where I differ. I feel like a great point that I seen, the only good point that I seen from the other side was that this player is a lot better than you.
This Uncle
As in,
Ruckus
Caitlin
ass
Clark
nigga.
is a lot better than
Caitlin
Angel
Stark?
Reese. Her stats, like if you actually look at her stats, I got them pulled up on my phone just in case anyone wants to see, are a lot better than Angel Reese's. Like her stats from her, all Caitlin Clark stats are better than all Angel Reese's stats from LSU and Maryland. Like Caitlin Clark is literally just a better player. So when you follow her around on the court, like you beat her instead of your team worked together to beat her, because also Angel Reese wasn't the third top scorer on her team. She was the third. She had a double, 10 points, 10 rebounds, like 14 points, 10 rebounds.
14. She had 15 points, and like the way it goes, she's a center. She's like Caitlin's a guard. She's a center.
So when you follow somebody around like you're better than them, and then get mad when people be like, "But you're not better than her." It's just like, how can you be mad? Like there's nobody's like. Some people are lying. Some people are saying that like she called her a hoe and this and that, making something out of nothing. But the point is, if Pat Beverly was following Steph Curry around the court
that's
you
a terrible analogy.
Bro,
just
let him finish, bro.
I mean, he can finish. I can say something. That's a terrible analogy, and that's my opinion.
Pat Beverly was following Steph Curry around the court like you fucking suck, you're trash, you suck. People would be like, bro, know your place, fam. Y'all are in different leagues. Like y'all you don't do it. She don't do what she do. He don't do what he do. You know what I'm saying? And that's my only take on it. And I got the stats to prove it. You know what I'm saying?
I waited. I wanted to say two things, right? One, she didn't say like I'm better than you. She pointed out her finger because she just won the game. Mm-hmm. That's it. It ain't no deeper than that. And then on top of it,
you can't see me, which kind of like insinuates that you are not on my level.
She did it first or second.
She did it second.
So she did it back.
Okay, so if I say, listen. Let's not be obtuse. If you tell me I'm better than you, and then I in turn and be like, I'm better than you, but in reality, I know that you're better than me. One of us is lying.
So the point I'm making is that she never said I'm better than you. She said we won.
She said you can't see me. This ain't no one man show. Give me my ring. That's exactly what, bro. You can pull up the video.
She did this.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That wasn't words. That was literally hand motion.
I just want to say that when she did it, she even said she did the reason why she did it. She didn't do it because she was saying she was better than her.
Exactly.
She did it because Caitlyn did it to one of her old teammates or something like that. Mm-hmm. And she was like, that's still my family. You not gonna do my family like that. You can't see me put that ring on my finger.
Technically, you can't see we put that ring on our finger.
And so like, I can understand.
I understand we all want to be obtuse, but point is still the point.
Bro, you're trying to put words to a nonverbal communication. I'm saying unless she said it,
you can see her talking in the video. Eli,
she did her. What did she? She said I'm better than you.
You can't see me. This ain't no one man show. Put that ring on my finger. You can see it in the video.
This ain't no one man show. That sounds like teamwork. Anyway, but aside from that, the second point I was trying to
she's
insert the clip
because Caitlyn is a one man show.
Run the clip.
She's a one man show.
That was my point.
So you're saying
she's better.
So what you're saying? Caitlin's a one-man show and in a team sport, and she said this ain't a one-man show. You can't see me. You can't see. She said this ain't a one-man show, dude.
I can't go back and forth.
But like the point is that you put Caitlin Clark on a better team because LSU is already a great team before Angel Reese switched over to it like KD. Mm-hmm. You put Caitlin Clark on a better team, her team wins.
So LSU, was that their first?
I still got to make my second point, but we getting lost in the tangent.
It was.
It was their before you go. I'm sorry, I need to say this. So you said if it was already a good team. They hadn't won no rings before she got there.
Already a good team.
They hadn't won no rings before she got there.
They were still already a good team.
They never won any rings before she got there.
And when she got
there, but you have to understand, she's a center.
Okay.
How many rebounds did you say she had? Those rebounds is important. Her 15 points is important. On a side note, Flage, if you want to play me one-on-one for your heart, I definitely would love to. But anyways, her fucking rings is important.
Her rings?
Right. Her rebounds. Her ring is important too, because Caitlyn ain't got one. Fuck her.
Damn.
Oh man.
Anyway,
I want to see the stats. Fuck, come on, the stats.
That's right here.
So don't cancel us.
So I don't really follow sports.
Hold on.
This means anything.
This woman is averaging a double-double. 23 points. What's that? 15 rebounds and 2 assists. This woman is 27 points. So she's averaging 4 more points.
One is
4 more points, dude.
But in the actual game, she scored more, got more assists, and still got rebounds as a guard.
She's a center. How many name? I want you to name 10 centers in the league right now that's dropping assists regularly.
Cat
is the biggest person on the court.
I like how.
Well, Joker for sure. Joel Embiid for sure. I don't really shit. It's only like fucking 24 centers in the league. That's a good 3 though.
So,
So a center's job is to get rebounds.
Porzingis.
Rebounds. A center's job is to get rebounds and put the ball back in the hoop after they get an offensive rebound. She was doing her job. She did her job exceptionally well.
She did her job. You can't see her. Fuck it. Next
But
time.
I'm sorry, Eli. Go ahead.
hey,
Sorry.
that point died. Let's go.
Okay, well, shit.
died?
Fuck.
Yeah, the point died.
I'm sorry. I'm
The point I
sorry,
was about to
Eli.
make.
Don't make it. Don't make
This shit
it.
set me off.
What's the point?
Set
I
me
know
off.
it died. It burned to death in the fire.
Okay.
Stumped on it and everything. I'm sorry, brother. That shit set me off. But anyways,
Triggered.
Highly.
let's go ahead and let's polish this off with our main topic. We obviously
That
we're
man
gonna go over.
upset. I'm sorry, bro. I apologize. I take it back, bro. She cold, bro. She cold.
We gotta get that spirit out of
She
here.
cold, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. She cold.
Come
She's a
on,
cold
bro.
loser. You're right. She is a cold loser. But what's
Bro,
the?
I was talking about Angel, bro.
Oh, my bad. I thought we were talking about
already.
that we was talking about.
No, bro.
Oh, I remember my point. LSU should. LSU, I agree with not going to the White House. Iowa can go because you want to
Yeah,
make that
I'm
statement.
not going.
Well, all right, rock with
Yeah,
them.
no, that was week 2.
Yeah, it was week-
Since when do you take the losers to the? Yeah,
To
that
the
was
White,
weird.
they don't go.
Losers, hey,
So
and losers are losers for a reason.
My
You
bad.
want to go to the White House? Win next year.
My bad.
Win.
My real second point, because I really remembered it now.
Cool.
Because I wanted to make that comment about the White House. I feel like what you brought up, Sean, exposed a potential element of sexism because you pointed it out. Steph and the men in the NBA.
I said that.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. Whoever did it, my
Yeah,
bad.
they
I'm
get a little
sorry.
handsy, don't they?
Well,
Facts.
it's encouraged for them
Sassy.
to be unsportsmanlike at moments.
that's cool.
It's encouraged for them to compete and battle and potentially get into fights and things like that. It's encouraged. So then, on the women's side, they're saying, "Oh, it's unsportsmanlike, it's blah blah," and making a bigger deal out of it than they would have had they been men.
True.
Yeah.
And so I feel like by pointing that out, you expose an element of sexism that might have went kind of under the radar.
Oh no, I feel like a lot of people like
Pointed that out. Okay,
pointed it
because
out.
I didn't
You know
see it,
what
but
I'm
I
saying?
understand.
I didn't
Yeah,
see
agree.
it either, but like that's the first.
I be on Twitter
when
for real.
I saw her point to the ring, I was like, Steph Curry did that last year.
Bro, Klay Thompson did that while he was losing a game.
Yeah. So I'm like, I feel like it's like, bro, let's be fair. Let's be fair. Let her do all of this and go to the White House and don't invite that other team.
Yeah, but
She said she going to the Obama's house. So.
yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
that part.
hey, I go
respect
to the
that.
Obama house.
I respect that. I love it.
Yeah.
Y'all back with the hotels, huh?
I better get my hat. Well, I want my little South African kente cloth.
Hey, that don't sound suspicious. Nah, for real, because we are really running out of time. Let's go ahead and get into our main topic. Teddy, you weren't here for this. Eli, you want to bring us in, or Ali?
Yeah,
which one
I
of y'all want
gotta-
to bring us in?
Yeah, the two most fervent.
So on part
Because I
one,
really don't have nothing to say about
on
this.
part one, where I started was trying to establish whether or not there was a girl code, and I got lost in the argument, as people do, and I made a mistake. And I'm sorry, Aaliyah.
Thank you.
Because I battled Aaliyah on the idea that the code was universal. I was saying like, nah, it's not universal, and it separates, and there's two different ones, without acknowledging that at first I was trying to identify whether a girl code existed at all.
Which it don't.
And I've come to the realization that it does not. I believe that it is a universal code.
Thank you.
Plays out differently because we are different genders, but I don't believe that there's a separate thing that guys have a code of that women don't have. I believe it's a universal code. It plays out differently because of our genders, but I don't feel like there is a actual. No, we have this code that y'all don't do, and y'all don't do. It's
So what's
10
the code
points for
of pussy?
Slytherin.
huh? Oh,
You
code
would
of
be
pussy is
Slytherin.
completely different. That's a whole different thing.
Okay, so elaborate on that because you didn't get to elaborate on part
That
one.
was the other
Oh
thing.
wait, no. I think I have an example. I could be wrong though. I think like women coming to women as a woman, like I'm coming like that shit.
Yeah,
Men
on
don't
the
do
basis
that.
of having vaginas. Yeah,
Yes.
Men don't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's no.
Cults.
That's a cult for pussy. Huh?
So,
Is that what that means?
do men?
Fuck that nigga.
I don't know
Take
what it would
his
be called.
money.
I don't know what it would be called, but like, do men have a cult?
No, we
Yes.
do not. We do not unite
So she-
behind having penises.
I've heard from the women that sometimes we tend to unite behind men solely because they're men.
Like
Sorry.
with Tory Lanez.
With Tory Lanez was a great example because when the Tory and Megan case came out, 90% of dudes was like,
Victim blame.
we don't know
Victim
what happened.
shame.
Okay,
Man, girls
so-
just be saying stuff.
He
I
said
just wanna
Megan's
say-
a nigga.
I just want to say that I supported
Nigga,
Tory
no.
because of the facts of the story, not because
Yeah,
because
big ass
I was supporting the man. The facts of the story says that Tory ain't shoot that woman.
But he went to jail because he didn't testify.
That's all I'm saying. Facts of the
He
story
plead the fifth.
And the fifth got him put
say
in jail.
the evidence says that he didn't shoot that woman. Megan's friends' DNA was on the clip. Her DNA was on the gun. The man who the
The
witness
witness said that he saw them fighting.
The witness saw Megan and her friend fighting. The witness said he didn't know who was shooting the gun. He saw somebody waving the gun in the air, and then he saw Tory with the gun later. All I'm saying is a spade a spade.
But besides how you feel, a lot of men supported Tory
Without knowing all the facts.
underhandedly just because he was a man, and a lot of women supported Megan without knowing anything just because she was a woman.
So,
and I
man-
don't feel like I don't want to really point negatively at either one of those because I feel like women should support women, and I feel like somebody should support niggas.
So women cult is 24/7 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But men's cult is subjective.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like men are more likely to be like, what are the facts? And then women would be like, she's a woman, she's right.
Facts.
Yeah, but that's the whole. That's basically feeding into the emotional versus logical argument that
True.
women are more emotional and men are more logical. And if men are so logical, why do we have so many wars? Why does the world suck so much? Maybe
we
y'all
go
need
to
a little
war
bit more
over women.
emotion.
Niggas be bored.
No, men
we
go to
don't.
war over
God,
power
glory,
and
and
money.
gold.
Yes.
Helen
My
of Troy.
dick is bigger.
What I do want to say is that I think a played out example would be Chris Brown and Rihanna because when that shit happened, nobody really victim blamed Rihanna. Everybody was just like, no, Chris Brown is a fucking nutcase.
Oh,
and
no.
we
I was
canceled
just
him.
about to. That's
And
wild.
we canceled
That's
him, and then
literally what I was
you
gonna
can't
bring
cancel
up.
Chris Brown because he danced the way he do, a little jigging and jiving
Michael
and stuff.
Jackson.
I have always said that Chris Brown was young at the time, which although it
Young,
doesn't
dumb, and crazy.
it doesn't account for much, but being young, you tend to be stupid sometimes. But also, me personally, if I have a 5'9" woman, 6 foot in heels, Barbadian crazy woman assaulting me, when I say Barbadian, Bayesian woman coming up and assaulting me, I might tend to defend myself too.
He didn't defend himself.
He beat that woman. But all I'm saying is that like they were both wrong. He
Can
was
I-
just a little more wrong.
Can I interject? I want to say what I feel like a topic that we should talk about in a future episode is domestic violence from women to men
Oh,
and
yeah.
domestic violence from men to women, why that's
Yeah.
viewed differently. And is that just fundamentally because of biology or just by society and XYZ?
Yeah,
but that's
I'm interested in
Because
that
it was both
topic.
wrong. Rihanna
Yeah.
beat his ass, but he beat her ass.
He
more.
beat her ass worse.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real. So it's you brought it up, and I was gonna bring it up too. And I remember when that happened, a lot of the conversation that I heard and was a part of, right, started with, well, you know, she did something. And
Provoked
when
him.
I no, I'm
She
saying
put her
like
hands
I'm
on
saying
him.
like that
they
was
were
a lot of the
saying.
conversation that, well, you know, she did do something. She didn't just catch her ass whooping.
Yeah.
So at the time when I was like, because I was young when that happened, I
was
had
that?
never had.
That was like
I don't.
2010?
He was 18. He's like 30 something now. So like,
ooh,
yeah,
ooh,
it was a long time
That's
ago.
a
It was
long
like,
time.
it was like,
He's like, get over it.
that was like
Rihanna's
06
over
or
it.
07 or something. It was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
But
Damn.
at
That
that
sucks.
time, I had not had enough experience and experiential knowledge to really like understand that there are men out here who are literally just getting mad and hitting women.
Yeah.
So like from my experience at that time, that was just unheard of. It was like, what? He wouldn't hit her unless there was something that like happened that caused him to do that, right?
Yeah.
Now, that was my experience at the time. Even though I've always been trained, you just don't raise your hand on a woman.
Right.
It just that is what it is. She can punch you in the
walk
face.
away.
She can all that stuff.
Go outside.
One,
Smoke a blunt.
from my direct experience, I've been hit in my
Do
face
some
by a
coke.
woman with a
And-
balled
In
up
the
fist.
jaw.
And the thing is that no matter, I don't care how much emotion she had behind it. I don't care if she gave her all, put her whole back into it. It didn't hurt me enough to where I was like, oh, I got to defend myself. Because I knew.
She hurt him way more than he hurt me.
Well, I'm saying in my body, I knew. I wouldn't even have to try to hit you as hard as I can. It'll definitely hit. I would definitely hit you harder than when you just hit me. You know what I'm saying? You could have put your whole body into it. I know that if I hit you and put my body into it, it would be a completely
If I put
different.
my whole arm into it.
Not even that. If I just put my shoulder into
It's
it.
just I know that the power differential is so great. I can eat that all day because it's like at the end of the day, if anything, it hurts my feelings that you
What
hit
if
me.
she's 6 foot 200?
He said you
If
could
I
be
may
an MMA
speak, though,
fighter.
I think that
I wouldn't be dating her.
even people saying things like that kind of like perpetuates the fact that like women can still provoke and do things that they want to do to men and not be punished for it.
Right.
And I grew up in a household where my mom is a provoker, and I've heard
That
my
part.
mom at her big age say, if I hit a nigga and he don't hit me back, I'm gonna think he a pussy.
Right.
And I've met plenty of women like that. And
I'm sorry to say this. Your mama sound a little toxic.
she sucks. Oh, she sucks. That woman sucks.
I know,
But, like,
me
nah,
too.
but that's kind of true though.
But that's kind of true though, T, because like I'm kind
Saying
of.
it crazy is the best.
Let me just say this right quick. In reference to kind of what I was saying a few episodes ago, where I was like, if I feel like someone's not listening to me, if they get me out of character enough, like I'm gonna beat it into you.
That video has like 1,000+
Hey,
views.
Look, but I'm gonna just say it like this: these hands are rated E for everybody. But just with that being said, I'm not gonna go out of
world
my
knows
way
now that she is
to
abusive.
put my hands on a man because I understand that from a societal standpoint, he's already at like a disadvantage. I'm not gonna say he's at a physical disadvantage because I'm not saying I'm stronger than any man per se.
He's at a legal disadvantage.
But I'm saying
A
like,
heavy legal
but I'm saying
disadvantage.
like, for me, if I hit you, I expect you to hit me back.
We're
so
fighting.
so if I feel like if I'm putting my hands on a man, that's kind of like exercising like that woman privilege of like, oh, like I'm gonna slap the
Consent.
fuck out of you, and I know if you hit me back, like I can call the laws on you, and they
that
arrest you
sounds
before
like
they
motherfuckers
arrest
throwing
me.
rocks and hiding their hands.
You know, but also in that I'm saying like that's not okay, and so therefore like I don't necessarily go out of my way to fight men.
So
You feel me?
I understand what y'all
You know what
are
I'm trying-
saying
you know
as
what I'm
far
saying?
as like you don't want to reinforce that concept. I get it. But at the end of the day,
Because a man should defend himself.
we know y'all aren't in our body. We know how much that actually doesn't really hurt.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the thing that annoys me is that a dude will get hot and hit a woman, and it's like, bro,
You just rocked her shit.
you could, it's like, bro, you could go box, and in 2 classes, you will eclipse the power that she can create to hit you. And so it's like, I understand your point.
You
I agree.
can barely
You
try
don't want
and
to
punch a hole
reinforce
in the
those
wall.
things. You don't want to reinforce those habits and those bad habits. But at the end of the day, any man who's being real and honest with himself, like even a guy, even if you weigh the
Even if
same
y'all are
as
the
your
same
girl,
weight, facts.
even if y'all are the same height, I've watched this fight before. And I'm talking about like an actual sanctioned fight between a man and a woman who were the same height, same weight, all that stuff. He still was hitting her harder. It just is what it is. So it's like you can ignore that and try to make it equal in some kind of way. It's not.
Yeah, but I think telling men to just stand down and take a couple of hits.
No, we're not saying that. We saying
no,
get
no,
out of
no,
the
no.
situation. Yeah.
Okay, so
We're
just
saying,
remove yourself.
yourself from the situation.
So okay, but
yeah.
I hear that. I remember my dad's pretty pacifist, but I've seen him be in abusive relationships, and I've seen my dad get stabbed by bitches too, because he like crazy hoes, and that's just what he into.
Well, I mean, you know, your dad and
he
your
chill,
mom, your
calm.
mom.
Yeah, there you go. And I feel like.
He was
Even
on to
my
something.
mom finds it kind of funny that I don't hold that against my dad. Like I don't look at my dad and be like, "That's an abuser," but I look at my mom and I do think that. And I think that
provoke
when
that
you
man.
tell, I think when you tell young boy, I feel the same way with raising little kids, right? You can't tell your daughter that she can play with her son's toy, with your son's toys, and play with the cars and do all that, and then tell your son that he can't play with the Barbies.
Right.
Nah, he
Because
can't play
that-
with the
that-
Barbies.
You don't understand what that does to children's minds and their concept of what is fair and
He
what
go
it's
play
not.
with the action figures.
Real
Right.
talk.
Nah.
Real talk. And what if we do
I think
understand?
it's going over. I think it's going over. Yeah, I think it's
What
going
if we
over
do
your
understand
head.
and we disagree with your position?
Which position on the Barbies?
I think
Yeah,
that you
on- you don't
disagreeing
understand- she
is
said you
rooted.
don't-
I think that you're disagreeing is rooted in a bigger thing.
So what I'm saying is, what if we completely understand, did the research and all of that, observed a bunch of kids and all this stuff, and concluded, no, that's some 2023 shit, and really like there is a separation between us
Can I just like
as male and female.
Can I say this right quick? Just in response back to like the domestic issues between men and women. I feel like as people, we all understand that we don't need to be putting our hands on each other. But I feel like as a woman, if you are going to actively go out of your way to put your hands on a man, yes, it would be respectable and agreed upon in society. Actually, this is relatively new because back in the day,
Yeah,
people was getting beat up.
that's why they be making them jokes like,
Dinner ain't ready.
what's Bitches was happy when their men didn't return home.
between the washer and the dryer.
So this is
Yeah.
relatively new. So in this relatively new society, I feel like it should be understood that if you are going to step to a man and put your hands on him, that yes, even though in this new society it's respectable for him to not put his hands back on you, don't expect not to get hit. You feel me?
Yeah.
But also with
Yeah,
that being said, don't be with the partner whose immediate reaction or immediate outlet to expressing their aggression is to get physically violent with you. Move yourself around, get out of that relationship. You deserve better.
And that comes down to decision making.
Yeah, because no matter how right it is for you to hit her back, if somebody see you hit her back, you going
You
to
going
jail.
to jail. Or
Hey,
worse.
so check it.
Or
I
worse.
really and truthfully feel like we did not do a part 2.
Of the cult versus pussy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what we discovered
The
is
pussy
that
cult.
is that both of them are actually universal. That was actually the
Okay.
conversation.
No, I
So-
think I don't
But
think that.
we didn't really discuss the
Yeah,
cult
we
of
didn't really-
vagina.
Yeah,
Well, no,
we didn't.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
so-
y'all-
Part 3.
And
Well,
we're out of
we
time.
didn't go into both of them separately. I'm saying y'all pointed out that men do unite behind having penises, and the whole point that I was making originally is that women unite behind vaginas and men do not unite behind penises.
Okay, so can I ask each of you, have you ever, and then I'm gonna ask you separately, but have you guys ever fucked with somebody and then it didn't work out and one of your friends was like, can I talk to her? Can I fuck her? How do you feel about that? Did you give them the go?
Of course.
Fuck out of here. You
So-
give them the go?
I don't give a fuck.
So I'm like this.
Have the dick.
I'm like this. I'm
Wear
like
a
this.
condom.
She gonna fuck somebody.
There's so many people in the world. Why you gotta fuck my friend?
Why not?
Because that makes me feel like you was looking
Ma-
at them when I was with them.
Why not?
Maybe my friend. I'm like this.
You
Who
shoulda
am I
held me.
to stop true love?
Shoulda
Maybe
held on
my
to me.
friend is your person.
Do you feel like that's an
Maybe
insecurity?
I wasn't the one for you, but my homie was.
Exactly.
I mean,
So-
and who am I to stop that?
Exactly.
Who am I to step in the way of true love?
Exactly.
I am not that elevated. I had an actual
Also-
run-in with this like a couple of times. Like I had
I have one more thing to say. I'm sorry.
I'm done. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It also depends on how long. Cause like if I was fucking with Shorty for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, that's different. But if I was fucking with Shorty for like a couple months, yeah, by all means.
Hey, that couple months just don't count. I don't even count them.
Can I interject one quick point?
Sean,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
I can end off.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, per the point that I made in the last podcast, that while it's nobody cares how many bodies you got, I feel like it's generally frowned down upon to have multiple bodies within the same group. Because as a woman, if I know you to have multiple bodies in my friend group, to me, you just a group pass
the pass
around.
around.
And
on the flip
I
side,
fuck
if
the
a guy
whole team,
knows
yes, I'm a
that
groupie.
the friend loves the crew,
She
then
loving
you
the
the crew
crew.
pass around.
Yeah.
And that's equally frowned upon. And in that, the code is still universal.
Okay.
Pass
fair.
around, get
That's
passed
fair.
over
Alright.
for
I'll
marriage.
eat that.
Sean,
That's
go
fair.
ahead.
That's fair. You did that.
So, as I was saying,
Well
I had a
executed,
run-in with
queen. Well
this,
executed.
and it's really taught me
that.
to stop bringing your girl around your niggas. But
That part.
I feel
Especially if they
like
fine.
so I had one that did it in my face, and I had one that did it behind my
Do I
back.
know this story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, did I
I'm
fuck that
gonna fuck
bitch?
the nigga in the house. Yeah.
I know both these stories.
So you don't know the other one because that one pissed me off. I actually fought that nigga. But boom. It's like this is the girl. She's still my ex, but we still talk. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I be. I'm a cool person. You feel
Talk to
me?
your ex?
So me and her was talking or whatever, and she mentioned to me that she was considering having sex with one of my friends, and in that I was like, wait, how did y'all get far enough to even be talking about sex. And in this, when she told me this, the dude was in my living room. Like, they was all we played dominoes.
I do know this story.
Yeah.
the living room?
Dude was in my living room. They was playing dominoes. You know what I'm saying?
It was like 2-3 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right,
You know what I'm saying? They was playing dominoes, and like I'm sitting on the phone with her, and she was like, "Yeah, bro, me and Rob really considering having sex." I'm sorry. And
Cut the cameras off. Cut the cameras off.
And
Cut
so-
the camera. No, cut the camera. I'm gonna have to bleep that shit out, dog.
His name was Bleep.
Name drop. Name drop. Name drop.
with the
Oh
bleep. I got
my
the bleep.
god.
Oh,
Get the
shit.
bleep.
why I gotta get my shit cut off?
He Bleep.
I'm just
I
bleeping.
will say that. In one
We're gonna
way
censor
only,
their
it's like,
identity.
damn, we really different.
Yeah, we are. No, I
like-
noticed that a long time ago.
it's like
You're an October Scorpio. You're like weird.
No. I'm saying in your head. I'm talking about the person. I'm
Oh.
talking about the girl's choices. It's like, damn. You just fuck anybody.
That's crazy.
Like, we are really different.
I also
This
felt
nigga's a
that.
whole different
But listen,
person.
okay, and here's why it set me off so much, because when me and her were dating, he was always around. He was always this is my friend. We're so cool. We vibe so much. We just cool. And I'm gonna say I was naive, but I don't want to say I was naive because I don't want to believe that men and women can't be friends for real. I do believe it, but I don't want to believe it. You feel me? And so when they was getting cool, whatever, I'm like, damn, it's weird that you got cool with her right when I started dating her. But you know what?
I digress.
You know,
You was plotting on my bitch.
you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cool, y'all vibe, but I'm gonna take her home and smash her. You feel me? Like, and that was cool. And then we stopped talking, and they were still cool. I didn't think nothing of it. And then she hits me up and was like, "Yeah, nah, it's been getting real heavy." I'm like, I thought he already told you. I told him like that to already tell you or whatever. And like, you know, we're having a conversation about having sex,
So
and I'm
my
like,
question for you is, brother, if he had
and I was
told
already
you,
drunk, so I was like, yeah, I'm
if
gonna go
he
beat
had
your
told
ass.
you before she told you, what would you have done?
I ain't gonna lie, I would have respected it a lot more.
Exactly,
But
because he
then-
can, exactly. And like I said, if my homie come to me and he be like, "Hey, woo blah blah blah, so forth, so on," he gonna get the green light because he was man enough
Because
to
at
come
least
talk
show
to
me
me.
But
you
let
respect
me-
me, bro. Because
but-
if I have to hear from her, that means that you've been moving around behind, like,
Been
and
doing
like
what
you
you
don't
been
need my
doing.
permission or nothing, but like you've been moving around
Say,
sneaky,
nah,
bro.
don't pull up right now.
Like, bro, come on, bro.
I feel you
That
on
makes
that one.
sense. I would just like to say this though, as the final kind of like whoop de whoop. I feel like once that relationship is over, like, is there still a universal code that you still got to check in to make sure
Bro,
that
Why the fuck
the
are y'all
sex is
fucking
okay?
up?
bro.
That's the right. If that
Yes.
relationship, you're saying there shouldn't be if that relationship
No,
is over.
I'm just asking. I'm just
Bro.
asking. Is that a like is that still
Maybe
expected?
I want her back.
So for
Bro.
me,
That's
that's
my
some
thing.
bullshit. That's the problem fundamentally is that, bro, you better know yourself and know your emotions and make a decision. Because it's like, as far as what we talking about goes, my partners know. And because it's how we get down. I don't give a fuck. If I put her back in, we talk about fish, right? If I put this fish back, let's say I caught a fish.
No.
A
Put it
big
out the
ass
water.
fish.
No.
But-
Fish should feed me for 3 weeks.
But the fish
No.
got worms.
No.
That shit right.
No.
I'm not gonna put no tracker on this fish mouth and figure out where this fish going. This fish can end up in any boat. I
Okay.
don't care.
How about this though? What if
That's
you
what I
caught a
said.
fish? What if you
Thank
caught
you.
a fish and the fish caught something that
That's
you got?
That's
right?
disgusting.
And okay, 'cause this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going.
This for me. This for me.
This is where I'm going with this one. Where I'm not even. I'm going to go away from the little metaphor, or whatever. What I want to say is, what if you were with somebody and they did you so fucking dirty, and you told that friend how dirty they did you? As my friend, why would you want to fuck with somebody who did me like that?
I want to feel the dirt.
No. Look,
They wanna
understand
get
this.
dirty too.
Understand this. This might be a difference. I don't know if this is a difference between men and women, but it's like
I'm hella serious.
in our head, right?
How
Let's
dirty
say
did they do you? Really?
let's say because like I've never had this situation with my partners in long-term relationships with women, but like if this was a chick, you know, y'all was fucking around, whatever, whoop-de-whoop, and
is coming
later
back.
on she come to me, I'm not like
This woman is
me and my partners have an understanding. Ain't no talking to you. Ain't no
Billions of
hitting
people
you
in
up.
this world. Billions of people in this world.
only
You
thing
gotta
you
talk
should
But
about
like,
avoid
it.
I feel like
It's
also
STD.
that's
I
a
don't know
different
a billion
situation,
people.
bro.
STD.
Because
I don't
like,
know a billion people. I'm not about to
Don't
fly
share
across the
those.
seas to go find these other
Hey,
motherfuckers.
Eli,
I'm right
you
here.
said something about this, and it starts with
Lazy.
an A. I think it's called aggregates.
What do you mean aggregates?
Never
You were
heard
saying
that
something about aggregates when it comes to that's like to like certain how can I put it? I forgot how you explained it.
I'm just saying how me and my partners always got down. It was like, bro, we don't, because this is the
couldn't
thing. This is
explain
the
it.
problem. Equally, we don't care about you. So it's like you mark one, and
if-
that's inside of our close friend group. You mark one,
Close friends.
that's off limits.
And if homegirl,
Everything
So
else.
okay,
That's it.
I'm glad that you said that because there is okay. So like when you talking about like girls that you slept with,
Mm-hmm.
I don't care that you messing with girls that I slept with, but if you fucking around on my like 2, 3, 4 year relationships, I'm looking at you strange, bro.
I just said you mark one.
So
You want to be in a relationship, be
and
in a
so
relationship
that's
with her.
why I said
You
I
don't
like
wanna-
that you said that.
I'm
No
saying-
one's disagreeing with you.
Oh, okay. So like, let's say you got multiple women who you've had long-term relationships with. Pick one, and then the rest, let them go. That's the point I'm
and
making.
I would also like to say, if the girl really cared about you, she wouldn't be fucking on your friends anyway. So that's her problem.
And that's why
So
I've
let
never-
her go.
That's why I've never
Let
had
'em
the.
go.
That's why I've personally never had that
Let 'em go.
with my friends' long-term relationships. Because it's like I don't even want that girl.
Let it go.
I don't want that girl.
I
Like,
think
like you
you
said,
gotta
if
let the
she,
friend go
I mean,
too, then.
my bad. Like you said, Teddy, if she did somebody like so bad, it's like she already like, man, fuck her anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
like, for a nigga to go back on that, it's like, oh, so you was just lying when you was like, fuck her. You know what I'm saying?
And
That's
like,
it.
that's
Right.
also
Okay.
a point I want to make
Okay.
before we
You
get
just
out.
talking.
I feel like if somebody is like jump like every time you land on one leaf on the pond and the nigga is right behind
after?
you on that same leaf when you move on, I'm like, bro, like. Are you just like wait? Do you think we have the same type? Do you think that
Nah,
like
bro, you can't be mad. People look up to you, bro. You got to.
I want the pussy.
I know I'm that nigga, bro. I'm sorry,
I'm
bro.
sorry. Yeah, I
You
appreciate
wanna
you
be
for
like
letting me be your role model.
I'm very open and expressive with my own experiences, and I dated the guy who was the person who was behind every, like
Did he treat you better?
fuck that nigga. What I'm saying,
He
what
treated
I'm
you
saying
worse.
is, this is the one that I had the apartment with, and so with him, when we broke up, anytime we were on breaks, he would try to fuck with the girl that we'd had in the friendship group.
Oh, no.
Okay, during and in between those breaks, it wasn't until many breaks later that I found out every girl in our friend group that he tried to fuck with, because they came to me as women and were like,
Cult of
I
pussy.
wasn't sure if you guys were together or not. I thought you would want to know this. And there was anytime we got back together, I'm not gonna lie, we went through each other's phones, and there was times where I would go through his phone and I would see him getting rejected by our friends.
Oh, that
As
must
he
And that
should.
was so fucking
Yeah,
embarrassing.
Like, it's one thing if he get it,
embarrassing.
but like if you get rejected, like damn, like she didn't want you.
And so we had one of my closest friends. He dated this girl that we all kind of, I found her attractive too. None of us thought that any of us would get that one girl, and he did. And the relationship didn't work out, and my friend was heartbroken over that. And months after, not even that long after me and this guy that I was dating broke up, he tried to finesse and get into the coochie, and she kicked him the fuck out. And our friends confronted him about that, because why is this a habit that you have? Why are you always going after our ex bitches? That's weird. It's so many people in the world, and you keep trying to fuck with people we've already brought around. That's weird.
Kinda like
you're
them-
not our friend.
Sorry,
Go ahead. You're
sorry,
fine,
Teddy.
you're fine.
Kind of like them guys that be trying to fuck multiple generations of women. Why are you trying to fuck on the grandma, the mom, and the daughter? You're
the same.
weird.
So look, if I fuck
That
the
man
daughter,
is
and her
weird.
shit, if I fuck on the daughter, and her shit fire, and then her mama got a fat.
But the grandma is going too far.
Grandma's going to. What if she's a young
Leave
grandma?
mama alone, bro.
Okay, so look,
got a bad-
check it.
She's a
What
Gina.
what if the
Leave me ma
daughter's
alone,
like?
bro.
Okay, so let's say at this time, right?
The
Let's say
daughter's 20.
The daughter's 20.
The mama 40.
Mama four. No,
And
no,
the grandma
mama
60?
No, mama 38. Mama 38. And what's 18 plus?
The grandma like 52.
58.
Nigga getting
56.
lost in my nigga.
Yeah, let's say
56.
she's not that much. Let's say the grandmama
56
only
is
16.
still-
Let's say she's 16 years older. You know what I'm saying?
He said-
And she don't look 50 something.
That's
She look
still
she's
54.
32.
He said the pussy's good, but her
She
cooking's
look, let's say
better.
she looked like 38.
No.
I'm just
Leave me ma alone.
Talk. She got a hip replacement.
I think
knee
that's a
replacement, bro.
sickness.
Stop it.
No.
she a young 54.
Oh, shut-
No.
Angela
be
Bassett.
working out.
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett
So you want to hit
fine,
Angela
though.
Bassett?
She
Bro,
fine.
stop. Stop.
We love you, Angela.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay,
look,
wait.
hey, look. We gonna end it there. We gonna stop it there. I'm done playing around.
Dang, bro. Y'all
hey,
hitting
look,
Angela. Her
I
daughter.
appreciate
That's
y'all for
crazy.
coming, stopping by. We went a long way over.
Just 20 minutes.
Please make sure you smash that like button,
Oh, I thought you
subscribe,
were talking about the grandma still.
follow us
Make
on
sure you
all
smash.
social media platforms at thoughtprocess.pod. We appreciate you for coming here. Before we get out here, as always, stop eating butt.
Stop eating
Stop eating
butt,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Stop.
Stop.
You're making these women
Or
expect
eat it from the front.
No, stop eating butt. We out.